COVID has had many long-lasting impacts on American society that we haven't yet fully grappled with, from learning loss as a result of school closures to the enduring effect of hybrid work with white-collar workers. But my personal favorite subject really is the vast internal migration that has taken place in the U.S. over the last 3 years, which is going to completely redefine the America of the future, from our economy, our demographics, and our electoral map. Every new release of census data tells us that a vast internal migration, not seen since the days of World War II, is taking place with really not that much paying attention at the national level. Newly released data from the Census Bureau at a county-by-county level presents a stunning picture of how people with the ability and means are fleeing different parts of the country for others. Of the top 10 counties in the United States that experience annual numeric growth in 2023, a stunning 8 are in the state of Texas. The other 2 are Arizona and Florida. Especially noteworthy is that the Arizona county is Maricopa, which was the largest and so critical in the last election, and Florida's Polk County ranked at number 5. Where are these people coming from? It's also clear, though, when you take a look at where the largest outflows are happening. The county which lost the single most amount of people in 2023 was Los Angeles County in California, followed up quickly by Kings, Queens, and Bronx County in New York State, and then Cook County in Illinois. In other words, LA, New York City Metro, Chicago, Philadelphia County, the city of Philadelphia, next on the list at number 4, then Wayne County, Michigan, where Detroit was, finally San Diego. Are you sensing a theme? You got major cities that have high levels of crime, housing affordability, and in metropolitan areas that are losing hundreds of thousands of people now, on top of the hundreds of thousands already lost. That confirms the 2021 to 2022 trend of net migration loss from the Northeast and the Midwest, with people heading in droves to the South and the West. The overall migration center of gravity of this country is rapidly moving away from the coast and much more into the heartland and to the Sun Belt specifically. Florida has experienced stunning growth. The census actually says 96% of Florida's 67 counties had population growth in just 1 year, from 2022 to 2023. Similar percentages actually experienced in Idaho and in the state of Tennessee. Population loss from major metropolitan areas to Florida and Texas plus smaller states like Idaho and Tennessee is significantly changing already the politics in those states. We've seen this happen, for example, in the state of Georgia, yet a former red state that is now fully purple, showing major metro growth in the city of Atlanta. Florida and Texas remain solidly red, but with very different red coalitions of voters that are delivering these victories. And same thing in Arizona, which has become fully purple. What really I see from the map is not just a rejection of the ultra-blue metropolis model, but it is one of hope that I always try and highlight in these monologues. A lot of this just comes down to the cost of living, housing, and accessibility to the American dream. I don't think it's an accident. When you overlay a housing heat map on the most expensive places to live in the US, they almost exactly one-to-one match up with the places that are losing the most amount of people. Cost of living is a math problem that people are not willing to put up with anymore, especially in places where much of their quality of life was eroded by crime. The story of just simply being able to live and be safe is so basic that should be accessible to everyone, which is where I'm really going to end this on the same note I always do. I'm genuinely happy for friends and others who have been able to leave major cities for the Sun Belt or for the West. They have a better life. We also can't forget about the people who are already there, or those who are just too poor or who lack flexibility to move. The single best policy we can pursue is optionality and affordability. It's the best way to ensure that those who don't want to stay aren't priced out of their own homes, and those who want to leave can do so without it being zero-sum for where they're going. The current hodgepodge system is unfortunately not working for everyone, as it should. People often think that policies of the past, like vast migration under the Homestead Act and Western expansion, is no longer possible. But the complete and the rapid shift already in where people are living, just with flexible and hybrid work, shows that combined with technological change, a potentially even bigger shift inward and downward is in America's future. I know I do this monologue every 6 months, Crystal.
Hey guys, obviously I had a lot of thoughts on what Saagar had to say there. So if you want to see my thoughts on this monologue and every other Saagar monologue, make sure you subscribe at breakingpoints.com.